Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome to Craft the World. This game just came out today, or at least it came out into Steam's early access, so I picked it up. I believe it was $15. I've played it for a little while now. That's why I can't remember what it cost. That was 2 hours ago about. But yeah, I think it was 15, and I'm going to just kind of jump right into this as I explain it. So basically, we're going to choose a level here, and you've got these levels to work through. You'll see the next one is locked, so we do have to finish this world first. Now, I've already been playing on it. You can see my game time there, and we're going to go ahead and restart it, though, because I'm having some issues right now. Pretty much overrun and things slowed down. I just wanted to get a grasp on it, but I do want to show you guys what it's all about, so we're just going to go ahead and start it over from the beginning. Yes, we are sure. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you about this game is basically the developer's description of it, and that is that it's basically a sandbox strategy game, and they're calling it a mix of Dungeon Keeper, Terraria, and Dwarf Fortress. So randomized worlds, collecting of resources, building of things. So we've got a dwarf here, and we don't control them necessarily directly. You can, but it's kind of not really the way to roll. So basically what we do is left mouse moves the world around, right mouse sets things we want this guy to gather. So while I'm holding right mouse, we can just kind of drag it around. We'll tell him to go ahead and collect some wood. In fact, we'll just start with those two trees. Actually, no, we'll go ahead and let him do that. So he's going to pick these things up. We're going to get awards for it, and rewards, I should say. And he's going to kind of gather these things to our storehouse here. Now we're going to want to kind of build defenses around this. We do have waves of creatures that come at night. I don't see a counter now. Usually that's up here, so that may come later once we've kind of progressed a little bit. I wasn't paying attention the first time around. But you can see over here on the left we've got some tasks to do. We can craft. In fact, it's showing us we have two things we can craft and equip. So over time our population up here is going to build. You can cycle through the dwarves, you can equip them with different items and craft different things. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Now here we've got green is just showing what we have selected. As you can see, that kind of changes here. And when you have something new to build, it kind of looks like a scroll like this. We'll select it and it shows you what it takes to make it. We can then click, for example, over to here and drag wood into those spaces and make it. Now that's actually going to be gone, the scroll, and if you remember things like this, you can easily just drag wood in and it will automatically choose a club, for example. So you don't always have to select the recipe or anything. So we've got a club. Let's go ahead and craft one. Well, one time it made two. And a club, of course, we've leveled up there. A club we can equip. So we've got two dwarves here. I'm going to go ahead and select up here at the top. All of their information's here. We can cycle between the two. And you can see it's got a blue diamond showing who's who. Let's go ahead and equip. So let's drag a club to you. We'll hit the arrow up here. We can change characters up here. Sorry about all that. We'll get there in a second. Let's give these guys some clubs real quick, though. Okay. Now, one of the things you'll be doing is you kind of learn to make things. And as you progress, you'll be able to craft more and more things. So that's what's kind of been popping up a bit. And as you can see, we know how to make a club, and it's telling us we can make a torch. And once we have made, and I believe you have to place a torch, then these guys will become available, and that's how you progress through this tree, which is pretty big. There's lots of things to do in here. Lots of cool stuff. So that's basically what we are trying to advance. We do have some magic. We'll get into that in a bit. I am not sure that we can make... Okay, we do have the portal spell right off the bat. So you do have some quick slots down here. You can drag items in. That becomes very handy when you want to actually build things to place down in the world. So let's see here. Now I'll go ahead and show you this. We've got man up top 9 of 9. And we can just click this, and then we can select, let's say here, we'll put a portal. And the portal always leads back to the storehouse. And it's not wanting to place for some reason. That's okay, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that in a second. Let's go ahead and select some more wood. And I'm trying to think, let's get this dug out at some point. Cool. Okay, so normally you can put the portal down here. I don't know if I have to wait for something. But it normally... and it did use mana even though it didn't want to work. Anyway, what it does is it drops a portal there and then it puts another one at the storehouse. And you can get a couple of those going based on your mana. And it just makes it really quick for them to travel back and drop off materials. Now, you don't actually get the resources until they put them in the storehouse. So that's kind of why that matters, why that quick travel is good, essentially. Now, the other thing to note here is that these guys can climb along the background tiles. So there's foreground tiles, which you see them walking on, and then behind them are background tiles. So they don't need ladders or anything. They will kind of shimmy up those in the background, but you can make ladders, which makes things a whole lot faster. So let me show you the tasks. They give you these tasks kind of like quests, and it does progress you through the game. So they're asking us to collect sand and build a torch, and you can see that is going to award us with some XP. So let's go ahead and do that. Craft, it's got an indicator here. We do have some metal. So let's see. In here, we've got that torch. So you see we need resin and wood. And normally this will be red if you don't have it. So that's kind of an indicator that you do have. We do have the resources here to do that. So we'll go ahead and click this. We'll just click it once. It makes 4. That's all we need. And you can actually drag from here down as well. So we've got a torch. Let's go ahead and place one. I think you can place one on the ground. No. So we have to have a background. That's fine. We'll do that here. Okay, so these guys are digging away. We've got... Well, our population will increase in a bit. Now, when you actually can lose these guys, right? They can die in various fights, and there's actually a timer to get them back. So we can now build a ladder. Great. So like I was saying, I actually had a dwarf drown. It was no good. He kind of went down to this thing and couldn't manage to climb out, so he died. And like I said, then your population will drop, and there'll be a timer indicating when he's coming back. So let's see, you can see this guy's kind of picking up goods, and he'll, as you can see right there, climb up the background in order to bring those goods back. Now water flows as well. If we were to dig this piece out, the water would spread out evenly, so that's something to keep in mind. Now let me give you an idea of the scale of this thing here. We'll you can scroll back here a bit, and there are edges, so you can see that's as far left as we can go. And this is as far right as we can go, and I believe you could go pretty deep. I don't know about in this particular world because it is a small one, but you can also see you've got a building here. It says closed. I think this ends up being a shop. You do gather coins, and in the tips it was saying you could spend those coins on resources. This happens to also be where it seems mobs tend to spawn in the waves before they come over. So apparently in order to use that shop, you're going to have to clear that out. So let's take a look at some tasks here. We've got equip a stone axe, build a ladder, build a slime torch. Let's jump in here. So here's the stone pickaxe. You can see it's telling us what we need and that we do have those resources. So let's build one of these guys. Drag that in. We'll do, let's just craft one. We're just trying to get that stuff accomplished, and then we'll give that to this guy. Now eventually what you'll do is you'll get various armor pieces. We'll go ahead and close that. Not armor, but well, I'm sure you can get armor, but you can get some other pieces to put on. And this guy here though is you'll get various books and you can fill these empty slots. So to give you an example, you can find a fisher book, and then you basically move to the character you want to learn that. This guy looks like he's already a fisher. You select the book, you use it, and whatever character you have open, it will add that new ability. Some other abilities are magic. I think swordsman is an ability. So you can kind of customize these guys and set them up the way you like. There is a helmet. That's one of the pieces I made, and I put that on a swordsman. So that was cool. It was kind of a visual indicator to me that he was a fighting type. Now he's standing around here bored, so one of the things I've kind of discovered was you always want to make sure these guys are busy. Keep them going with stuff. And here you'll actually see them fight. This is a tick, I believe. I thought they were beating it down some more, but they're going to go ahead and chop that tree down. So in order for them, we can actually move water, but you have to make a bucket, and I didn't get that far. I didn't get to making a bucket. I'd really like to make a portal for these guys, but you can see the 2 down here indicates it costs 2 mana, and we're only 1 of 9. It looks like we've got another 4 minutes for that to come back. Now, kind of the goal we're aiming towards here is building a fortification for these guys to sleep and rest in and eat in. Now, they will pick up food in various places as it drops, but inside of a structure you can build something like a table, and then you can place food on it, so that makes things a bit easier for them. But we've got a ways to go here. Let's hit the crafting tree. So we need to be... Here's the walls we're going to need to learn. So let's go ahead and get the stone axe going. Select this. We do have the parts for it. So let's do that, because we want to make some walls. And then we'll go ahead and equip this on somebody. He's got the pick, so this guy can take the axe. It goes up there. That's cool. That's going to tell us that we can probably do the wall now. So let's see in here. That's... Where's the wall? Is that here? Where'd the wall go? Maybe we can't do the wall just yet. Okay. Kind of mouse over these things here. Let's actually jump back to the crafting tree. Oh, I think we have to... No, we equip the stone axe. Oh, I thought there was a direct connection here. My bad. So we're going to have to make a ladder. We're going to have to go that route. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and craft this. We'll take a look at the tree again. Once the ladder's made, we'll do a log bridge. Not sure if we can do that just yet. No. Oh, we already got the ladder down there. So let's go ahead and make, if we're going to make a ladder, let's go ahead and make it one we can use. Right now we can't use a single block ladder. We've got 2 here. We may have to move this torch. Yeah, it's not going to let us do that. So we can right click it and remove the torch. Okay, he's going to tear that out. Cool. Now, put a ladder there. And let's see. Now we can't gather the... we can break this down. Okay, maybe we can gather these. Let's go ahead and select those. Okay. What are we looking at here? So here's the log bridge. Again, we're trying to work towards getting the wall. And this is along the path of getting a wall. The log bridge obviously lets you build a bridge. So for example, we could build along here and they wouldn't have to climb all the way down. Now, it's kind of a long process. If you want them to go gather this tree up, for example, they have to climb down the ladder, across this, and slowly up this side. So that's where the log bridge can come in handy. They could walk across, and that would definitely save a lot of time. So let's see. We do have some berries. What I don't know is if I can just drop those on the ground. I've never tried that. So if I select it, no, and I can't give it to them either. So we do need a table to do that. Of course, they're wanting to kind of rest and have shelter, and we're just not moving fast enough for them. Let's see, what was next here? So we had the log bridge. We may have to place it in order for this to count. Let's go ahead and do some of that. At least place one of them. Something like that. So you can see we got a skeleton on its way over here. Let's kind of pan over. Here you go. You got a couple of them over here. So they are definitely on their way. So here's the wall. Hooray! Let's get this thing going. 4 bits of wood. Now, I've tried right-clicking. If you single select, you'll see it clears it out. So that's no good. There could be some kind of keyboard shortcut to dragging these over, but I don't know it. So we have to drag and drop here. So there's the 4. Again, you saw I didn't have the recipe selected. I just knew it was a 2x2 in there. So we craft that. Let's actually craft a few of these. Now, these act as background and as actual walls. You basically just place it again on top of the background. So let's see. We're going to want here, kind of build around this a bit. And we'll go in this direction. Something like this. Now, you can't build, when you go to build a bed and things of that nature, you can't put things right next to each other. There has to be kind of this single space in between, so you do end up using quite a bit of real estate. And that's where building up was probably helpful. I didn't really do that in my previous world. I was learning. Okay, so we have another guy here. That's cool. So he's going to help. And what we really need right now is wood, so we can get this place going. And that's the nearest tree right here. So let's go ahead and select that. And if we could, it'd be nice to make another log bridge to fill that last gap. Looks like we can. If I could learn to drag things. So now slugs will get in the way. I was kind of wondering when I first was playing, I was like, huh, they don't attack you. What's the matter with slugs? Yeah, they kind of get in the way. You can't build. So we'll see if we can get them to take him out. Now, let me get into a little bit more of the control of these guys. So you can basically select these guys, and then you can actually take control. So I'm now in control of this guy. Now, I can go do things, but it's really not efficient. What I found is that if I've got things selected over on one side, for example, taking a tree down, and I've got some on the other, they seem to kind of gravitate towards what's nearest them. So what I've done before is taking control of a guy, I walked him over to where I've got something I want him to do, for example, attack, and then I'll release him. Now, I gave you that example, and he doesn't seem to want to follow that. Okay, there he goes. Now he decided to go take the slug out. But anyway, you get the idea there. Let's put another one of these here. They did get the tree, so that's cool. We've probably got some more wood in here then. Or more, yeah, more wood. So we can make some more walls here. Now, fortunately, you only have to drag these out once, right? And then you can click this as many times as you want. So it made 3, and we can do it again and again, which you probably saw me doing earlier. And, oh, slug always has to get in the way. Onto my turn! Onto my turn! Okay, so he's going to do that. Let's go ahead and place wall. Whoops. Yes, we are selected. I think we have to kind of clear this out. Anyway, we'll worry about that in a bit. Let's try to get this over here. And then we're going to go ahead and do it again for an actual wall. And what you'll notice is when you want to build, they actually do have to go get the materials. They kind of grab what they need, and if you kind of add to that, you know, hey, build some more, then they have to go gather that material. So I'm going to do this. Okay, he doesn't have a suitable tool for that. I think one of these guys has the pick, though. So anyway, we'll go ahead and worry about that later. We'll actually deselect that so it doesn't they don't drive themselves crazy trying to get over there. Now, what we want to work on next is a roof. And let's see, can we do the roof just yet? This is the roof of leaves. So we should be able to work on this now. Let's see about that. Let's see. Okay, I'm not, there we go. No, this is the bed of leaves. So we may need to do this before we can get there, because maybe you have to have both of these. Maybe that's how that works. So bed of leaves it is. So leaves we gather from trees. We got some wood required. Obviously it's telling us we have the parts, so should be cool. Drag these out here. And there is a bed of leaves. So we'll go ahead and drop this. I like to try and get it close so you can see it kind of marks that as being the problem. So there's that bed of leaves. Let's jump in here real quick. You can see we can make a hatch. Not exactly what we're looking for, though. I think it's because this has to be built. Okay, cool. Should do it. There we go. Roof of leaves. Let's get these guys going on a roof. So that's 3. We can't make any more. We're short leaves to do any more. They're not going to be able to reach that. We will need a ladder to kind of get them up to that level. So let's see here. We definitely need more wood, so let's get highlighting. See, this is where my slacking causes me problems. Go gather all of these things. Okay, as you can see, I've been pretty busy gathering wood, and I've even built up a bit of a shelter here. I even have a second floor, and you can see the skeleton is just trying as best he can to get in here. Now, in order to get this place into the kind of shelter we can actually rest in, there's kind of requirements similar to Terraria, where you had to have a certain number of walls and certain objects within the area. Now, in this case, we have to have walls, we have to have a roof, we have to have a totem, which we start with. We've got this guy here. We can actually put this in here somewhere, maybe somewhere over here. And beyond that, I don't recall actually if you have to have food, was it? Now, they've got this thing, you got a bestiary here, shows the monsters, but we can jump to notes, and it has some quick little tips, and you can see if we jump in here, talks about where we can have dwarves. It needs to have walls on all sides, hatch or a door for the entrance, totem inside to scare away the evil spirits. And yeah, it just, so beyond that, it says the stronger the walls, the better the material, the more comfort they will have, and so they will actually regenerate faster. Now, when he puts this up, we put our mouse over this, and it says comfort none, and this is going to be, we don't have this quite finished, and I actually never did quite finish one, so we're going to see if we can this time around. Let's see, we need some more of this. Fortunately, we have just enough as far as leaves go, so let's have him go place this one. He's going to have to go down here and get it. And let's see, what else do we need? We need a bed. We've got one of these. Let's see as close as we can place this. Looks like it might be right there. So he'll do that last roof spot. And if I can, I don't want him up there. Let's take control of him and bring him down. Come on down. Down this way. Down further. Huh. Okay, well, we'll release him and put this right on top of him there. Let's go ahead and build that. He's going to have to come get the material. Now, in the screenshot that, inside the notes there, this was yellow, the circle above the totem's head. So the red, I'm sure, is indicating that he is not happy. And the totem is telling us that we are not quite there yet. Now, we do need a door, I believe, is probably the problem. So, actually, there he looks happy now. So, cool. We didn't have to have a door, as odd as that is. We've got these stars going around. I think this might be a pathing thing, so we may need to kind of open this up a bit. But one thing I want to do before anything is show you how you can change what the walls look like. Now, if I go and select this material, I couldn't build over this because we've already got a background, and then doing it again let us build the wall. But we can select, and you can see it changes each time I click. So you can do that for free, and this is in fact the way you upgrade materials. So later on when we have stone walls, we can actually select the stone, click on the walls, and they'll change for us automatically. We don't have to tear them down. Now in this case, we won't remove that yet. Let's see about making a hatch here. So it just takes a bunch of wood. That's cool. And I made one of these hatches previously, and by default, it kind of went into the ground. It was kind of a hatch you'd lift and go straight down into the ground. In this case, I don't know, now that I've kind of learned about flipping the walls around, I don't know if that's going to be, like, can we just do this here? It's not letting us put it there, so let's go ahead and take this out. Remove the front wooden wall. So you're going to take that out for us, because we want to try to get a door in here. Break that thing down. Okay, now let's try that. It looks like it is. Okay, so you can see it's wanting to put it down again as if we're going to climb into the ground. We'll go ahead and let him finish it, and then we'll see if we can move it. It looked like it rotated. No, it's just rotating. So this doesn't appear to be the kind of door we need. Let's go ahead and remove that hatch. If you use it, it opens and closes it, just so you know. We'll go ahead and remove it, though. Okay, so our totem is not happy. Let's go ahead and put this back up here. These guys are going to close out. Hey, what about us? It's raining. What the heck? Okay, so the totem is not happy. It's not liking our setup here. We definitely need a door. Now what we could do is we could do something like, although I don't want them going into that water. That could be a problem. Let's start with that. And let's see here. Let's have these guys start it. How about that? You guys get to dig in and then dig this way. I'm afraid of water. I had a dwarf drown in a puddle this shallow, and it was no good. Now while he's doing that, you'll see if I put my mouse over, or I'll circle it rather, I guess there's not a tooltip. You'll see this book here. We can actually select this. And that's telling us it's an archer book, which is pretty sweet. I have not got one of those before. And again, we just need to have a dwarf selected. I can click up here and cycle through these guys, or we can go to equip. And I can go through these guys and look at their abilities. So everybody only has one ability right now. We have a carpenter, a fisher, and an archer already. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and select somebody else. And we've got the archer book here. The fisher, we'll go to one of the carpenters. Select the book, use it, and you can see he's now an archer with 10 skill points. So now we have 2 archers. You can see our totem is actually happy now. I don't know if he just needed a minute to think about it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we don't have to have an opening. It said you had to have a doorway, a hatch or something, but now I'm concerned if I pop a hole through here if he's going to be unhappy again. I just got used to having a happy totem. It's the first time. I don't want to lose it. Okay, let's see. Now what I could do is we can place dirt, just like you can in games like Terraria. We've got earth in here, so let's go ahead and drag this down to here. And let's see if we can put some in the water. Replace stone. Let's build earth. So maybe we can fill the gap. And that'll keep us from drowning in a puddle. Don't fall in there. Somebody do it. They just want to come in. Now you can see our totem is unhappy again. And I think it might just be because we're kind of exposed. Maybe that's the problem. We just have too much of an opening. And if we use the hatch, maybe that'll resolve all of our issues. Of course, that's not where we want to put it. We want it to go where the ladder is. And that's not going to happen. So we got to remove the ladder. Somebody. Anybody. We must make the totem happy. House walls have been broken, it says. Okay, let's put this guy, we do have to have it selected, right there. Let's see if this appeases the totem. And we will, there he goes, now he's happy. So we can use this and close it. Now I was reading in the tips that you can actually use this, if you use it and close it, you can use it to prevent dwarves from going somewhere. They don't have the ability to open this, it's a barricade to them. So if you've got a lot of passages going on, you can use that to kind of strategically guide where they go, avoid certain dangers perhaps. But for now what I want to do is I'd like to get somebody to rest in that bed because I've never done that before. But one of the first things I'm thinking is that these ladders may need to move. Because I can't bring a ladder all the way down. They will, I believe, they can climb at least up to it, I suppose. So if we select a dwarf and we cycle through looking at health, everybody's actually pretty good except this guy. He's actually got a partial on that 3rd heart. So let's hit rest and see if he actually goes to rest. It looks like it's gonna happen. I've not seen this yet. Very cool. So he drops his pack and he rests and his heart will recharge, I'm sure. Things are moving along nicely. My dwarves just took out a boar, which will let me kind of clear these trees up. And as you can see, it's just past the shop and where the mobs kind of tend to spawn here. So all of our stuff is back over here. I see some good stuff to gather here mineral-wise. But coming back over here, you can see we've got the house set up. The totem's not quite happy. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this. But, yeah, I don't know if it's because we have water in here or what. I don't know. No clue. But anyway, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on down here. We dug down here, split left, right, went and gathered some iron down this way. Gathered some iron up here. So you can see we've got some slime kind of lights put in here. What are those called? I forgot what they're called. Whatever these things are. But yeah, we definitely have things going pretty well. A slime torch is what it was. But we got things going. we got things going pretty well. Now this is no good. This we're going to save for later, I think. But as you can see, I kind of dug around it. Made sure not to pop any holes through there. But yeah, we've got a portal, so our guys are gathering the wood and able to kind of quickly jump over here. I did get over to the door as far as the skill tree goes, or the craft tree rather. We had the wood hatch, had to make a lock, and that got us to nails, which got us to the door. And you can see we now have the capability of building the wood armor, so things are definitely coming along pretty well here. I do want to get a bucket so I can clear out the water, but as you can see we have to backtrack a bit. Just having the nails isn't going to do it, so I think I made a wood table. I think we're good on that front. Let's see. We do have a wood table, so let's get this out here. I think we can put it here. Yes. So this will let me show you how to share food with these guys. So he's going to go ahead and place a table. We can select the food here, and I just can click on the table and you'll see it stack up. You can get a good number of these going. I think I put like 8 or something in here before. So now we could, for example, click on the dwarf. We could say go eat, and he'll cruise over there and grab some food. You can see we've got some people trying to attack us now. Kind of making their way over. So they definitely spawn on either side. They can spawn in different locations. Good to know. These guys don't take a whole lot to take out, but my guys are kind of weak right now. A little bit scared. Let's select you. Will you go to rest right now or not? I don't think... Yeah, because something's going on with our comfort level here. And I'm still not sure. I had it, I didn't have it. You can see the stars kind of rotating around here, indicating to me something. It's attempting to indicate something to me. But yeah, let's see. So we've got some tasks to make the armor, the workbench. That's cool. Definitely want to get some wood armor going on. Let's see about that. What does that take here? Wood armor. So we're missing some rope. I have not made rope yet, so I'm not sure what it takes to make that. We certainly can make a helmet though. And definitely need some iron for the workbench. So you can see we're kind of in the state now where we need to be gathering more resources, but at the same time we're kind of being assaulted here. We've got a wave actually coming to us in a little bit. These guys just kind of made their way over on their own, I suppose. Let's see. I'm wondering if I can do this in the reverse. Usually what I do is I'll have these guys gathering and then I'll set a portal near them to get home. But because we can pop a portal anywhere, we got this dwarf actually chilling out here. He's like, no, I'm not walking back. You're making a portal. So we can drop a portal here and then select a tombstone. I really don't know what is under a tombstone, so let's find this out. What's he going to do here? He's going to bust it up. Maybe this prevents the ghosts from spawning. I don't know. Boy, he's got to work at this one. Crumbled, and he picked up... I guess he got stone from it. Interesting. Okay. But we definitely need wood. Definitely need some wood. So we'll go ahead and select those. Let's see what else we have over here. We have boars. Those guys are gnarly. They've got 3 hearts, but they're yellow, so a little bit more difficult to take out. We got fish over here, and we do have our guys who can fish, so that'll be interesting to try out as well. Let's see, what else do we have going on? I don't have anybody down here doing anything anymore, just because, and we were under attack. So we'll go ahead and let these guys gather up some wood and see if we can't figure out this whole shelter thing and try to get this nailed down. Okay, well, we've been moving along the tree here a little bit, working towards the bucket, and we've got the wood table, the workbench. I just made the planks, or at least I learned the planks and want to make a bucket. Now, I ran into this interesting thing where I made the planks and it's showing me 4, but I actually can't use them right now. And what I've discovered is that I have to have a workbench. If I try to come in here, let's see, where did they go? Where did the planks? Right here. So I did info, and it says requirements workbench. And I thought, well, you know, I've got a workbench here. So I don't know. Ah, there he goes. So I was thinking I would select these and click on there, just like you place food on a table. But it looks like he answered the question. I was about to kind of try that, but here he goes. He's getting in here. You can see him using the planer. Very cool. So, and it's got a little timer too. So it's going to be, what, one at a time? Or yeah, just one at a time. So that's cool. Let's see. Now, apparently he's done one. So I guess that's what the cue there is, that there's 3 to be made. Very interesting. I dig it. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's that? Let's back this up. Leather. Interesting. Okay. So he's cranking away on planks. Let's see. 3. Okay, so there's planks on the ground. So he's just kind of spitting these out. They don't count because he has to carry them back for them to count back to the storage here. Now I did see that you actually, if I recall correctly, you'll get more of these storage locations. So you can kind of build a whole nother fortress around, you know, one of these and gather even more stuff. Now again, thinking of the scope, this is what they call a small world. So there's plenty to work with here. I'd really like to see like a huge or a large world. But another thing you'll notice here too is that we do have the comfort level back up, and I figured out the issue. Initially I had the ladder going right over the hatch here, and I ended up having to take the bottom part out. And despite the fact that they can climb, once I kind of took the ladder out, put the floor there, and moved the ladder over, boom, this guy was happy. So that's what that took. We got to make sure there's a nice, clean, clear path to get up there and get some sleep, so that he is happy now. So we do have the planks. Let's jump in here. The bucket requires 3 of them and some nails, and we do have nails here, and we've got planks. So let's go ahead and drag these in. So that gives us a bucket, and I think can we just equip that? Is that how that works? No, we don't equip it. So let's see here. Where is the bucket? The busket. Okay, door. I got this. So here's the bucket. Let's go ahead and put this down here. I'm going to click it, and we're going to click water. That doesn't do anything. Interesting. Interesting. We couldn't equip it with these guys. Can't drag it from there. No. I want them to clear the water out. There we go. Gather water. Cool, and it does the little bucket icon. Now I'm assuming that these are going to get used. With each one, it's going to use 1 bucket. Otherwise, you would really only need to make 1 or 2. And as you can see, we've got craft rope. I was going to say a new thing to make in here somewhere. It is rope. Excellent. Let's see what that's all about. Here we go. Rope recipe. Rope requires wool. Now we did see some sheep way over here, so that's cool. Past the water, past the boars. There we go. A sheep roaming about. He could be the only one in this world. We haven't gone all the way over to the right. You can see one's kind of running away from the enemy there, so there's certainly more. Look at all that stone. But yeah, I think we're progressing along pretty well, and I also think that I've probably shown you guys enough of this game to give you an idea for how it works. Now you can watch their video. There's definitely a whole lot more you can do. Obviously we have a ton more in the crafting tree here, lots more to do, and you'll see that there's traps in here. You can even set there's some magical kind of towers you can put up. I've seen them kind of zap enemies, things like that. We only have the magic portal right now, but you can actually get some more of that. So I believe you can do like fire attacks on enemies, things like that. You can do yourself. So there's a whole lot to do in this game from the looks of it, and I'll tell you right now, I'm really enjoying this game. You may see more videos of this game from me, especially if you guys leave me a comment letting me know you'd like to see more. And if you leave a like on the video as well, it's kind of a good indicator. I can see that you guys definitely want to see more, and I'm going to be playing it regardless, so you let me know if you want to see me play it. I definitely appreciate that. Thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate it, and I will catch you next time.